have come to play. The pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Point after, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Edwards-Helaire. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now here's Mahomes. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion. Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down. And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well. And deflating for the defense, they can't. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact, and it was the Broncos getting the road victory, so they'll look to take the season series now here in Denver. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, a strip. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. KJ Hamler returning it. And no chance to get away as they get him down at about the 17-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'll set up to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. The Broncos send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Returnable here from the 38. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set them back on second. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They go play fake. Mahomes escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
2nd down and 7. They fake the give. Now Mahomes being chased, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Back to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 13-yard line.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. They'll roll it, and he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes punching it in from a yard away. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Hamler now to return it. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
They'll look to throw again. This will be caught. Judy. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. This is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Roger's numbers would be larger, but remember, he had a commitment to the Navy. A graduate of the Naval Academy, back then you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. A running play on first down will give 4 up to the 29. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. 2nd and 6 just inside the 30. Mahomes going to throw. Flushed out right. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
from midfield. Here's Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. Butker's kick here is good. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath, as now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half. But when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do, keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And this one is incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
At their 49-yard line.
Now a handoff as they run left side. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 17-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throwing on 2nd and 8, Mahomes. And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Edwards-Helaire. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Broncos 21. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On play action, they'll throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time. They'll
look to throw. And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's taken on the 25. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the play. And their first down, Chiefs.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 49 yards on the ground for him so far. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Going right back to Fant. And some space here. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real. And I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players. But you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
73 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
To throw is Mahomes, sliding out of the pocket. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short.
Mahomes to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Rocky Sin. And the Broncos are right back in this football game. Oh my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll look to throw. Big hold to the 30 and all the way up to the 37-yard line.
It's a gain of 22 and brings up third down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. Able to find Judy. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
He's back to throw. Gets this to Fant. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as to understand where they are in the field?
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. He'll look to throw. This is the tight end Fant. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick here is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely to take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now.
Let's go.
Now a first throw here in overtime. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
And how about that? So many times the big play is what does it in overtime. They got one there, move the ball past midfield, and now you know they're on the move, looking to score the game-winning touchdown, because a field goal won't finish the game.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw here. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Oh, yeah.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. He'll look to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and a game winner in OT. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Denver, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers.